Looks like my, there we go, I'm live. So hopefully everybody can see me because my internet's a little wonky today. It seems to be going in and out of my live videos. Today we are going to make pumpkin spice swirl soap. I've spent my morning doing all kinds of crafty little things, which I'll show you in a little bit, but I just wanted to get started, wait for a few people to come on, and then we will start making soap. So I have my laptop here. I'm going to try to watch videos. I watch videos. I'm trying to watch comments so I can respond. But if I don't respond, don't worry. When I get off, I will definitely respond, and I will also post the recipe for the soap so you'll have it. So give me a few more minutes. We'll let a few more people come on, and we will make some pumpkin spice swirl soap today, which is this is my favorite time of year. So if you kind of take a look around, or you can hear my area, she's on. She's got cypress, northern lights, blue spruce. I can't think of the third one that's in her. So she's got that scent in her because it just kind of gives me that fall feeling. We don't get fall here in Florida. I mean, we get a little cooler, but closer to Thanksgiving and Christmas. But I do love the smell of it. So I have my diffusers going. I have one in my bedroom right now going with the same in it, and one in my TV room, and now my area here in my kitchen going with it as well. So hi Troy. Thank you, Luann, for sharing. So as I said, today we're going to make pumpkin spice swirl soap. So give a second until a few more people come on, and we'll go ahead and get started. Bear with me 1 second. I have to find the mouse to my laptop. Brought the laptop, but no mouse. Okay, I did actually bring my mouse. So bear with me. I'm going to refresh the page so that I can see, hopefully I can see the comments that are being made. Yesterday I remade some of the, if you're in that Clean Living group, you saw we did a fur baby segment, and I made some shampoo for my dogs. I used to use Adams, and yesterday I remade some more because it was bath day for them. Here we go. Hey, I can see all the comments. Well, keeping fingers crossed I can anyways. So today we are going to make pumpkin spice swirl soap. So far we're up to 10 people, so yay, exciting. Happy Sunday afternoon. What are you guys doing today? Anything fun? Today has been a craft day for me, so I have made lotion bars, I've made some laundry detergent, now I'm making soap. And this afternoon I'm going to finish up a few things for my Etsy shop. Between October and December is probably the busiest time for my Etsy shop, as well as my Young Living oils. So I tend to stock up on all my soaps and lotions and body butters and itchy sticks and all that stuff. In fact, hopefully next week sometime I will go live and do the itchy stick, because we have done the, we have done the headache stick, we have done the owie stick. We did 3 of them. The only one we haven't done yet is the itchy stick. You'll need calendula infused olive oil, which I posted a recipe for how to do that and how to make that, but I'll probably go live. Hey, Miss Brittany, how are you? So today we're making pumpkin spice swirl soap. It's pretty good, pretty high runner in my Etsy shop. I also make a brown sugar, pumpkin spice brown sugar scrub, which is, because I use all Young Living oils in it, you could actually eat it if you want to. You could taste it. It tastes very good. And brown sugar just is so nice in a scrub. And then I make a body butter that matches it, so you can get the whole kit. Oh, laundry time. Did you see my laundry soap recipe? You should try it. I'm sure with the kids you have plenty of laundry to do. And it's pennies to make it, literally pennies to make it. So I don't like laundry time either. In fact, my husband and I are empty nesters, and that is one of his chores. He took it on many, many years ago, and I have not asked for it back. laundry. I'd rather work in the yard and dig in the dirt and do all that outside stuff than to do laundry. So we swapped out that chore, which kind of sucked a little bit during the hurricane. He actually came out and helped for that. But yeah, you'll have to try it, Britt. I think you'll like it. There's a liquid version or a more of a pasty type version that I've tried. I have a little difficulty with that one because I don't have the agitator in my washer. It doesn't like to break it up, but with the powder, it breaks it up nicely and melts nicely and cleans really well. So again, today we are making pumpkin spice swirl soap. I have done some pre-measuring, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. I have in this container, I have, let me see, 12.3 ounces of distilled water. And in this container, which is already pre-measured, is 5.31 ounces of lye. So again, it's lye, so let's be careful with lye. It's not anything to be afraid of. You just have to be careful with it. You'll notice I have my glasses on just in case. I don't want to get sprayed in the eyes. I have gotten it where I've made it kind of drip and I've gotten it on me. I wash it off, pour a little bit of milk on it, wash it off. I've never got a lot on me, knock on wood. So be careful. I put my pink gloves on. So we're ready to go. So I'm going to step over to the stove for a minute because I have my exhaust going, and that's what you do. The one thing you don't want to do is breathe in the fumes of it, right? So it's not like it puts out this huge amount of smoke, but it does put out a little bit of fumes, so just be a little careful with it. So again, we have 12.38 ounces of distilled water in a glass bowl measuring cup, and then we also have 5.31 ounces of lye. So bear with me, and I'm going to go ahead and add it. I think you should be able to see me from here. I'm going to put it on the stove where we have the exhaust going. Okay, yep, you can see me. And we're just going to take our time. We're not going to just put it in fast. Always add your lye to the water, never the water to the lye, because that'll make it foam up. You just keep stirring it as you're adding it, so it doesn't stick to the bottom because it wants to do that. And you stir it up. To the side. And you'll see, I hope you can see or not, so we'll take it over so you can see it. How it's a little bit white. Well, when that goes clear, then it's ready to go. But if you look at it, you can see a little bit of the fumes coming off the top of it. Hence the reason you want to keep it, either do it outside or I just do it on my stove and put my, my exhaust on. So stir it up nice and just let it go. It goes to about 190 degrees when it's mixed. It needs to be down to about 135, 140 for perfect soap. You can get thermometers for them. I don't have one. Personally, I just wait for it to go clear. When it goes clear, and by the time I melt all my butters, it's usually ready to add to the to the mix. So we are going to take off our pretty pink gloves. Out of the way. And I'm going to turn you a little bit this way. There we go. Okay. So we're going to start adding the butters. I have a crock pot here that is preheated. I have it on hot right now. Excuse me. So that it won't take us too long to melt the butters, and we're going to go ahead and add the butters. The first we need to add is 11.3 ounces of palm oil. So let me go over here and I'll get the palm oil. I use one of these. I just put it on my scale. I guess I should show you that too. I got this scale off of Amazon. It's not, I think it was $50. It's really nice because it's got tare weight on it, but it's just a simple kitchen scale. I can put the container on it and then turn it on, hit tare, and it'll go to 0. So I can just add, excuse me, my 11.3 ounces of palm oil. So I'll be right back with my palm oil. So you're going to laugh at me. This is how I buy my palm oil and my coconut oil, because I go through quite a bit of it. And just in case you need to know, here is the lye that I use. I get it from Essentials Depot. I assume you can get it on Amazon, not sure. This is a food grade lye. So again, this is the lye that I use. And we are going to put 11.3 ounces of palm oil. Make sure I got palm oil in here. I do. I get it from the same spot, by the way. I get it from Essentials Depot. Go ahead and measure this. And the recipe I'm doing today makes 11 bars of soap. So I've started on my Etsy shop. I got this idea from another soaper friend of mine that I sell not only the bars, but I sell the bricks, because a lot of people would either want to buy the brick to cut up themselves and give away for Christmas, or private label and sell it themselves. But I also sell the bricks too. So this particular recipe, all my recipes make 11 bars of soap, because that's the molds that I have. And I can't talk and measure at the same time. So 11.3 ounces of palm oil added. Actually went a little bit over, so we're going to take some of it out. Okay. 11.3 ounces of palm oil. And this is palm oil if you want to see it. Again, I get it from Essentials Depot. Next one is coconut oil, which I happen to be almost out of. I just noticed this morning while I was making my lotion bars. So we're going to do the same thing with the coconut oil. It's 11.3 ounces. We're going to take this portion right here and add it to the crock pot so it can start melting. Okay, and let's do 11.3 ounces of coconut oil. First thing we need to do is tear the scale so it goes back to 0. Start adding the coconut oil. In my opinion, you can never have too much coconut oil in your house. Okay. There we go. 11.3 ounces of coconut oil. Okay, be right back. Let me put this aside. Okay. Add this to the crock pot so it continues to melt. Okay. Next thing we're going to add is 11.3 ounces of of olive oil. So let me double check that. I'm looking at the recipe that I typed up to post, and I want to think I might have made a mistake. So let's just double check, just because when you're making soap, it's called saponification. It's what occurs between the butters that you're melting and the lye that you're adding. And if you miscalculate, I've already gone through the lye calculator for all of this and came up with the perfect measurements for all of it. So if we're off, or if I'm off a little bit, it will throw off that saponification. I'll either have a little bit too much lye or not enough lye, so the soap won't ever really harden properly. So let me just double check to make sure I have this right. So bear with me. Okay, I am off. So on the palm oil, so the coconut oil is 11.3 ounces, the olive oil is 11.3 ounces, and the palm oil should be 11.4 ounces. So we got to put another 1/10 of an ounce in of the palm oil. So bear with me before we go ahead and move over to the olive oil. Tearing the scale. And it's amazing how just that little bit of difference throws off the recipe. One of the reasons I'm not a baker is because I'm just absolutely terrible at measuring. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and add that in. Really, it's a little bit more than a teaspoon. Get it all in there. Sorry about that. I will correct that recipe before I post it today. Okay, now we're going to add the olive oil. And here's my olive oil. Again, I get it in the same spot that I get the other butters and fats from. I will tell you that we have a grocery store down here by the name of Publix, so they do a lot of buy one get one frees on their olive oil. When they do the buy one get one frees, especially on the gallon size, I buy those. If they don't, then I just get them from Essentials Depot because it's cheaper that way. So with that, it's 11.3 ounces of olive oil. This one I'm going to go slow with because I don't want to go over. There we go. We have 11.3 ounces of olive oil. And we'll put these up out of our way. And we will add this to the mix. So it's melting up quickly and it's melting up nicely. I did have the crock pot preheated before we started, but it is on high, just so you know, as far as temperature wise. Okay, just to reiterate the recipe thus far as we've put in there. There we go. We have put in 1.3 ounces of coconut oil, 1.4 ounces of palm oil, 1.3 ounces of olive oil, and on the stove we have 5.31 ounces of lye mixed with 12.38 ounces of distilled water. And it's doing its magic, and if you can see, I don't know if you can see it quite. The fumes are pretty much gone at this point, and you'll see that it's getting clear. So it's getting ready. We are almost ready to add it to our butters. And again, you do want to be careful with lye. I recommend you always have glasses on or goggles of some sort. Excuse me, I use gloves when I start to play with the electric mixer, or what you call these things, immersion blender, just in case it happens to spit up at you. Just be careful. If you get it on yourself, wash it off immediately with a little soap and water. I will add a little milk if you feel it burning, but again, just wash it off immediately. So it is lye. All right, so the last thing we have to add when it's just about melted is 3 ounces of pumpkin puree. So you can make this yourself. If it happens to be pumpkin season where you are, you actually can cook the pumpkin down into more of a paste. I buy it by the can because it's not pumpkin season here yet in Florida. So bear with me and I'll go ahead and grab that. Quite frankly, I use so much of this stuff that I get it on Amazon and it's on my subscription, so it gets auto-delivered to me. I actually put a little bit of it. I have a black lab and a yellow lab. My black lab, she's an older girl, so she has potty problems. I put vet mentioned to get her a little bit more fiber, and I asked him, can I just add a little bit of pumpkin puree to their food? And now they're spoiled. They know it's coming in their food. If I forget to put it in their food or I run out of it, they won't eat their food. They just look at me. I have a yellow lab who's getting ready to be 8, but the black lab needs it more. I have to put it in both their bowls, otherwise they just eat the one that has the pumpkin puree in it. But so there's an idea for your fur babies if they need a little fiber. But this is just a organic pumpkin puree. I buy it on Amazon. It comes in my subscription. And we're going to add 3 ounces of that to the soap. Okay, that measured up nice. Add that to the soap. Mix in there nicely. So any of you that are watching know that we just experienced Hurricane Irma here in Florida over the last few weekends. We've had the pleasure of spending our time outside, getting trees that have been knocked down or fell down, cut up and moved to the curb. Drive down my street, it looks like a little bit like a war zone. I shouldn't really say, because in comparison to what I've seen in some of the islands, we have nothing, absolutely nothing. So thank goodness for that. But we had quite the mess. My husband's out pressure washing the driveway now because when your driveways get kind of so he's out there, and the house is for sale. We have an open house next week, so he's out pressure washing the driveway now. All right, we have added our pumpkin, so I just want to make sure I didn't forget anything. And then you want to put about a tablespoon or a teaspoon, I'm sorry, of vitamin E. This isn't optional. I just add it because it's good for your skin, along with the other body butter or the butters that I have in there. They're all moisturizing and they suds up nicely. This works a little bit as a moisturizer, as well as, I'm trying to think of the word for it, for keeping shelf life. So it's a natural way of instead of all the chemicals, just put a little bit of vitamin E in it. A lot of people use it in their body butters. I do as well, to help with the shelf life of the body butters. Okay, so that's sitting in there now. The pumpkin itself will just sit at the bottom because it's not going to melt like the body butters will. So I'm going to pick the phone up, so I'm sorry if I get you a little dizzy for a second. I'm going to show you what it looks like in the crock pot. Okay, so we're going to take you this way, and hopefully you can see this. Love this camera. So hopefully you can see that. See the crock pot? It's all melted in there nicely. You can see the pumpkin at the bottom. I'll go ahead and put you back. I'm a lot more stable when you're on the cradle. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna let that sit for a minute, and then we'll talk about some of the things I made this morning. As I mentioned, today was my crafty day. So over the next 30 days in the chemical-free group, we're going to be working on fall favorites, different fall diffuser recipes, different gifts, starting to think about gifts that we're going to make for Christmas, trying to use the scents that are popular with people, as well as the fall scents, right? So as I mentioned earlier, my favorite season is fall. I miss that being in New York, but I'm happy about that in about January. So this morning I spent my time making laundry soap. So, and my husband actually came up with a fantastic idea. I sound surprised by that, don't I? But he did. So what I did was, I went to Hobby Lobby the other day, and I purchased this little basket with these 2 jars in it. And I say little, they're not quite that little. So here's the size of the jar. So I made the laundry soap this morning. You can find the recipe on the both on the dropping site as well as on the Clean Living site. And I thought, what a great little either housewarming gift or Christmas gift, right? This little basket. It cost me, it was $12.99 and it was 50% off. So if you shop at Hobby Lobby, you know that they do on again, off again with their 50% off coupons. So it was glassware that was off. So I purchased this. It came with the little basket. And I thought, what a great Christmas idea or housewarming gift. It's filled with laundry soap, do-it-yourself laundry soap. And Rob was mentioning either you make the dryer sheets that Luann also made on the Clean Living group, or if you put laundry soap in one of them and dryer balls, buy some of the dryer balls, put them in a second one. You could scent some of them, you know, you could scent them with lavender, maybe put a little tiny bottle of lavender in there, or you know, when the sample bottle's in there. But put your dryer balls in one, put your laundry soap in another, and again, it's a housewarming gift, and it's also a great Christmas gift idea too. So for those people you don't know what to buy for, I think that's very cute, right? I think so too, Callie. Very cute. So I'll put that back out here. And then also this morning I made lotion bars. So if anybody was watching the other night, Luann went live and she did these lotion bars. So the next day I was at Hobby Lobby and I was looking for the silicone molds. I did find them in Hobby Lobby, and again they were 50% off. So yay! I hit it right with Hobby Lobby. I got two different sizes. I got the small ones, which I think you can probably see those. But here are the larger ones that I did. Isn't that cute, right? And then there's a few different smaller ones, different types of. And these are cute, right? You put them in your purse. Anybody that's in my downline is likely going to get a gift, one of these in the mail, so you could try it and see how you like it. But simple, do-it-yourself giveaways for those people you just don't know who to buy for, right? I mean, I added a little bit of, you can see if you look at the back of it a little closer, a couple sprigs of lavender into it, just so that it's got some lavender into it. And these are the molds that I used. So really cute, right? There are the bigger ones right there, and the smaller ones right there. So I'm going to use these this year in gift baskets, stocking stuffers, you know, people I work with. My downline's getting them as a gift, just to try one of our do-it-yourself recipes. So yeah, very cool. I even bought these, which I'm not 100% sure about. These are the candle tins. And if you take the bigger one, as Luann did the other day, it kind of fits perfectly right in there. Pop it up, and there's a little gift. Now I did notice on Amazon there's a smaller version of these. They're just as wide, but they're a little thinner, so they're about that thin. And I thought it would be nice to, you wouldn't be able to use the molded version, but you could actually make the body, the lotion bar, and while the oil's still hot, when you, in lieu of putting it into the mold, put it in the little tin, and you make lotion bar tins, which I thought that was a really cute idea. So I'm going to check those out as well. I've ordered a few of them from Amazon just to see what they'll fit. So that was my day. I made laundry soap this morning. I used my laundry soap this morning. I needed to make laundry soap. Came up with an idea for do-it-yourself gifts for people, as well as housewarming gifts, or you know, people at work. I do like the idea of one laundry soap and one with the dryer balls in it. Scent the dryer balls, and then use one of the little 1 ml drams, fill it with lavender maybe, and just pop it in there so that they can redo the dryer balls. And I thought of making little recipe cards so that they can make their own laundry soap going forward as well, and stick it in as part of the gift or the gift basket kind of thing. And then also my lotion bars. So again, lotion bars, very cute. And the little one, perfect purse size. That's what I did this morning. So we're going to go on to finishing up our soap so I can let you good people go. I appreciate you spending the time out with me. We're going to add our lye to the crock pot. So we're going to move some stuff out of the way, so hopefully I can move the crock pot into view of the camera. Actually, I'm going to move the camera a little bit as well. There we go. And hopefully you can can see that. Yep, you can. Okay. So bear with me a sec. I'm going to take the lye. And again, be careful. It is lye. Just pour it in slowly. I usually at this point kill my heat. The lye in. As soon as it goes in, you can see it start to get a little bit opaque. It's starting its saponification process. We don't want to do it too quickly. A lot of times when you add certain essential oils, it'll set that soap up real quick. You don't have time to pour it, mix it, and all that fun stuff that we do to soap before it goes into the mold. There. Okay. So here's our mold. She's ready. Here is our essential oils. This is all pre-measured. It's 3 ounces of pumpkin spice mixture that I make. It'll be on the recipe. It's basically, if you saw the recipes I put out for fall, it was the pumpkin pie diffuser recipe. 30 drops of each of those oils with some jojoba oil or grapeseed oil to make up the difference of 3 ounces, and you've made yourself a pumpkin spice fragrance type oil. So, but it's made with Young Living oil, so it's not made with any type of synthetic. So, got everything ready. We're going to put our gloves back on. Some people recommend you wear long sleeves when you do this. I haven't, and knock on wood, I haven't had any issues. You have an immersion blender, which we're going to plug in, and I'm going to make a little bit of noise for a minute. Okay, so the idea with the immersion blender is when it goes in, you want to kind of tap it to get all the air bubbles out of it before you actually start it, because you don't want to put air bubbles into your soap. Make an attempt at showing you what this looks like as I'm doing it with the immersion blender. I'm not so good at this, but I'm going to give it a try, so bear with me. Giant pink hand. Yeah, I don't know if this is going to work. What you're doing is you're waiting for this to get to be the consistency of a pudding. You can see it's starting to thicken up. Before I get myself in trouble, I'm going to go ahead and put the foam back. There we go. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and finish it up. So it will start to look like thick mashed potatoes. Almost the consistency, as I mentioned, of a pudding. See me doing is I keep trying to tip the immersion blender. So once it actually tips up and leaves a little round circle in the soap, that means it's ready. It's set and ready to start adding color to our oil to the brain. Okay, so we're getting ready. Now the last thing you do is you add your essential oils. So I do that last because some people do it in the beginning. I don't. One, I don't want to apply it to heat, and most importantly, I want it to set my soap before I'm ready to set the soap. I am going to add the essential oil. One last stir to this. Not too much. Okay, it looks like it's starting to set myself, so we're going to mix it up just a little bit more. I think we're about ready. Okay, I'm not going to fight with that. We're just going to leave that. All right, so we're going to separate the soap now into half and half, a little bit less than half actually is my recommendation, from the crock pot into a separate plastic container, because I'm going to add different colors to it. So the first I'm going to add a, what is this called? Titanium dioxide. This isn't optional, and it really is just to make the soap a little bit whiter. You can add it to any soap to make it white if you want. You don't have to add it at all, because you saw the soap, it's got a nice orange tint to it. It looks like pumpkin spice, right? But when I'm trying to sell it, people like the designs in their soap. So I buy my, from Brambleberry, I buy my titanium dioxide, and we're going to mix a little bit of that. How is that? Too bad. Okay, we're going to mix some of this into there. You see it's starting to set up on me, so we need to move kind of quick. We are going to add 1 ounce of titanium dioxide, which is a couple tablespoons. Really what I do is I just add it and mix it. It goes white. If I'm happy with the color, I should say. Tablespoon. And it's only going to get so white because it's got the orange, it's got the pumpkin in it. But you'll see that a little bit whiter than, actually a lot whiter than it was, because it's quite orange in the crock pot. I'll let that sit for a second, but not for very long. And now we're going to add this copper colored, I get it from Brambleberry again, it's a mica. It's makeup grade, so it's good for, it applies to the skin nicely. It's the same stuff you're going to find in your eyeshadows and blushes, etc. So this is called Copper Sparkle Mica from Brambleberry, and we're going to add about 1/2 ounce of that because it's dark, so we don't want too dark. And it's really pretty, actually. It sparkles, so it adds some really pretty color to the soap. I kind of wish I was better with this camera so I could show you what this looks like in here. So, but you'll see it when I pour it into the mold. So I'm going to mix it, and it does have sparkles in it, but it's not enough. I didn't put enough in there so that when you're using the soap or washing with the soap, that you are going to get sparkles on your skin. So some people like that, some people don't. So we are about ready with this soap. And it's really starting to set up. So first thing we're going to do is we are going to pour the darker of the two batters into the mold. So this is a mold. I got it from Essentials Depot. I have, I think, 4 of these now, and they're fantastic because I can make them and they stack on top of each other, so they don't take up a lot of room. I'm hoping someday in my soaping career I have to have like 50 of them that stack up on them, but they're really nice. They're, you know, silicone molds are exactly that, silicone molds, but they hold them nicely. And in fact, if you join what they call the green group of Essentials Depot, you get, I got one of these free. I think once a year you're allowed one free. And then there's all kinds of free stuff on a quarterly basis, not a monthly basis. But this, you're allowed one a year free. And it's, I want to say $27, I think, with the $25, I think, with the outside, the cage. So stop talking, Tony, and go ahead and pour the soap. With me. This is still a little bit warm. Yeah, we're gonna get pour this to the mold. Scrape it out. Now this is called a cold process soap. You can also do a hot process soap. I think maybe I'll go live one of these times and do a hot process soap, but that takes about 45 minutes in the crock pot. So we'll have a lot of time to chat while that's cooking. Same recipe that you just saw me use, except instead of just melting the butter, so once everything is melted, you add your lye to it, like you saw me add the lye. Mix it well, use the immersion blender for a little bit, put the top on it, let it cook for about 35-45 minutes. You'll start to see it roll up onto itself. It'll stay solid almost in the middle and roll up on itself. As soon as it starts to roll up on itself, it's ready. The difference between the two is a cold process soap has more of a consistency of like one of these body bars, you know, what you're used to seeing in a soap, where I like them with the hot process soap. It actually comes out a little bit what I call rustic. So it's got some clarity to it. It's got some dimension to it. It's very cool looking, I think. Some people like it, some people don't. And it's really soap. It works the same way as the cold processing. It just has a completely different look. So as you can see that what color this is just by looking through the, I don't want to tip it over because I'm going to spill it. And it seems as though my oil does not want to mix nicely with the body butter. Let that go and harden. And then we're going to take the white and we're going to add the white, just like you would a cake. You know, when you're making a cake and you want to add different colors to the cake, that's basically what you're doing. You're adding the white. And then you don't want to mix it, you just want to smear it in there. One second, be right back. So that is pumpkin spice soap. Throw that in there a little bit. And we are ready to go. So again, I'll go over the recipe quickly with you. I will post it as well. It's 3 ounces of pumpkin spice blend, what I call it, which is 30 drops each of clove, orange, nutmeg, and cinnamon, and the remainder either jojoba oil or grapeseed oil. 3 ounces of pumpkin puree, 1 ounce of titanium dioxide, that's the one that made the part of the soap white, 0.4 ounces of the copper sparkle mica, again these are both optional, that's the one that did the brown side, 11.3 ounces of coconut oil, 11.3 ounces of olive oil, and 11.4 ounces of palm oil, 5.3 ounces of lye, food grade lye, and 12.3 ounces of distilled water. So you saw us mix them together. We did the lye first so that it could be doing its magic while we melted the butters. Once the butters are melted, we use the immersion blender in it and then pour it into a mold. And in a few days we'll take it out of the mold, we'll cut it. I'll go live again to cut it so you can see what it actually looks like. And it's available. So it's pumpkin spice swirl soap. Thanks a lot. I'm Tony with Dropping and with Clean Living. I hope you enjoyed the going live, and we'll see you next week. Have a great day, all. Bye.